Hi, and welcome to another episode of Yoga for Dads. Today, what we're going to be working on is your balance. So, to do that, just go ahead and we're going to start standing. But if you have a yoga mat, that'd be really helpful. But you also don't need it. If you just have your living room, that would be perfect as well. So, go ahead and just kind of start grounding your feet. So the way you ground your feet is you spread your toes as wide as you possibly can into the mat. Sometimes it helps to come up high on one toe, kind of dig it in a little bit, and maybe go in a couple circles. Let's do 5 circles, and then go the other way. So now other foot. So the reason we want to focus on our feet is because all of your balance is actually dictated and started by your feet. And then back the other way. And so that's kind of what we're going to be focusing on, is we're learning how to ground our feet so we can get nice and steady, and then we'll eventually start going to single leg activities. So to get us started, let's just rock back and forth. Start to feel where your feet are at. Alright, maybe go out to the outsides, come to the insides, outsides, insides. Now, let's go into mountain pose. And the way you do that is just open up your shoulders, palms facing forward, nice and tall neck. So a tall neck. So a lot of people want to do this, but if you notice, by putting my chin out, it actually shortens my neck. So you want to tuck your chin in, and from the crown of your head, extend up. Okay? And then we'll just be here. And as you're doing this, really engage your core. And the way you can do that is just a nice big exhale. So get that core nice and tight. And then we'll be here for 5 breaths. Go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is just interlace your hands, make it kind of like a pointer fingers go out, and then straight up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Big inhale. Big exhale. Now, keeping your arms pointed to the sky, go up onto your toes. And we're just going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Drop your hands. We're going to go full forward fold. Dropping your neck. Really letting your belly sink onto those quads. And letting the neck and back curl over. Halfway lift. Forward fold. All the way to the sky. Hands above head. Interlacing your fingers. Back to the little pointer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get our feet, our big toes are going to touch, but our heels are going to be a little bit apart. And then we're just going to tip off to the right hand side. So you should be feeling this all the way through your lats. Inhale up. And then exhale, left hand side. Inhale up. Exhale, stretching the left hand side. Inhale, stretching the right hand side. Perfect. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a little bit of, not necessarily a flow, but we're going to work on our balance. So to do so, what we're going to do is we're going to forward fold, and then we're going to put our hands out. If you need a block, maybe get a block, or if you have like a coffee table or something, you could bend down, or if you really have tight hamstrings, go onto a chair. Okay? So what we're going to be doing is from the ground, we're going to be kicking a leg up, and this might be enough for you. If this is enough for you, just work on holding it. You're going to point your back toe, and then you're going to make it so that your back and your leg are all in line. So if you're kind of tipped a little too forward, or you're tipped a little too back, or you're kind of in the V shape, just know to engage your core and then come up the best that you can. Okay? And you're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. So big inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And come down, switch legs, and come up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and then big exhale, and then come back. Okay, so that's the first little balancing bit. And then next one that we're going to kind of show you, this one is like very common that a lot of people do. It's called tree. So I would suggest, so I kind of have stretchy pants on today, so it'll be a little bit more difficult because it'll like slide. So ideally you either have like the skin to skin contact, because that actually sticks really well, or you get like fancy yoga pants or something, because they all have like a little bit of a sticky material. If you're in normal shorts, I would just like pull up your shorts, or if you can, because what you want to do is like you're gonna want to put your other foot either around your calf or above your knee, and like as you can see, like my foot isn't going to hold with these pants on, and so I'll actually have to go down here, but it's one of those ones to where like the skin to skin contact is usually best. But one thing you want to avoid is putting a foot to the knee. Although it's kind of the most convenient and most comfortable, you're actually putting pressure on that knee joint and pushing it out, and it'll lead to some knee pain. So let's not do that. So you take your right foot, kind of lift it up to the sky, and then from here you work on your balance a little bit. You can have some fun, maybe you like toss your arms around a little bit. You can do something like that, but we're just going to be here for a couple seconds. So let's do 2 breaths. If you want, you can put your arms to the sky. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and then what you do from here is you rotate out, and then you're supposed to just bring your leg in, and then that's where you end up, because that's like where your natural flexibility is. For myself, you'll notice it's right at my knee, so I would either have to pick it up and put it on my quad, or I just bring it down and wait for another day to when this hip is more open and I can get it naturally up to my quad. So from here, you can do kind of like cactus arms or tree arms, whatever you want. It's kind of nice to do like the cactus arms. Helps it so that you can kind of like flow back and forth when you start to feel a little bit of a wobble. So also if you ever do highlining or slacklining, this is kind of like quite nice. Helps you balance. And then while you're here, there's usually a tendency to like lean one way, but try to stay as vertical as possible. Also, if you ever fall, that's totally normal. It happens. So we'll be here for 3 breaths. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Come down. Maybe shake it out a little bit. See how your legs are feeling. Okay. Now we're going to move to the other leg. So up to bring your quad up. We want to stay here. 2 breaths like we did last time. So inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Now bring your hip out wide and come in. Once again, you see that my natural flexibility is on my knee. So I'm just going to go down below my knee. And then arms up to the sky if you want. Kind of like the cactus pose. I guess it's kind of fitting. I am out in the desert. So we'll be here for 3 breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. So now the next little bit that we're going to do, first shake it out real quick. It's always nice to shake it out. Takes your legs a lot. Okay. So if you bring your feet together, you go to your toes. What we're going to do is we're going to do seated pose, but we're going to go onto our toes. So you go onto your toes, arms to the sky, and then butt down. And then if you can, you look up through your hands. Often when people are moving their gaze up, you get a little wobbly and you fall. That's part of the fun challenge. So we'll go ahead and get started. And just try to be here for as long as feels comfortable. One thing to be aware of is if you're here and your knees are just going above your toes, then you're going to start hurting your knees. So it's really important to sit back. And stand up tall. Deep breath in, a little back bend, forward fold, come out into a plank. So a lot of your balance comes from your core. So we're just going to go in some circles to really get the core a little waken up. And then once you do 5, go the other way. Nice. Push back into downward dog. Kick one leg to the sky. Come back down. The other leg to the sky. Come back down. And then walk your legs to your hands and stand up. All right. So now that we've worked on the legs for our balance, we're going to do a little bit of an inversion and work on that balance, and then we'll be done. So the way that we can do that is just by coming down onto all fours. You plant your head, and then you move up onto your knees. And this is usually probably pretty good for most of us. So you can be here, which is like quite a comfortable spot. But then if you're feeling like it, you can also try to push up, maybe come back down, and then all the way down. Once again, this is kind of like a choose your own adventure. So it's more about like your safety when you're getting inverted. And so if you feel comfortable doing it and you don't have like a TV or like a glass table or something around you, I would suggest maybe giving it a shot. Maybe you get a spotter and have someone spot you. But otherwise, we're just going to go ahead and lay down and go ahead and go into Shavasana. Close your eyes and enjoy the rest of your day. As we're here, I just wanted to say thank you very much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed.